I'm delighted to see ya. This is Kim Klaver, and let me move my little movie screen here so you can see what's going on. This little 3-minute video is for folks who've already signed up for the webinar, and I wanted to give you a little tip between now and the time we have the webinar that might help you understand why it's so much trouble to get people to listen to you in the first place. I mean, why is this such a difficult thing, right? And I want to tell you something that you might not really be thinking about. So here we go. You are calling warm market. So let's pretend that that's what's going on right now. You're calling warm market. And when I'm talking about warm market, I'm talking about people, yes, it could be your brother, your sister, your relatives, but also people that are a little bit outside of that immediate sphere. So for example, people that you might know from the bank, from the post office, people that are on your list. They may not be really close to you, but at least they know your name, you know? All right, so let's say you're calling those people, and here's something that you want to know about them before you call. And the reason you want to do this is because we all are normals. We think about us, what we're doing. So I'm right now thinking about making this little video for you, and you're thinking about maybe you're going to sit down and call somebody because you've got your list, you're all psyched up, you're ready to go, and you want to call people, and here we go, right? So here's what's going on with them. They are probably on overload. I would suspect that many people are on overload, and many of the good people that you want, who do have energy and who do what they say they're going to do when they're going to do it, are likely to be committed. So they're thinking about something else. That's really what's important for you to know when you pick up that phone. You're ready to call, and they're probably on overload or thinking about something totally different, okay? And they're dealing with problems, obviously, that they're going to have. And they have people, everybody has people screaming for their attention. And I don't mean just with advertising. I'm talking about people with kids or people that have their car in the shop. And it's like the mechanic's on the phone to say, well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones, but it turns out that this needs to be replaced or that needs to be replaced. And there you are, totally overdone, not expecting a big bill. And that may be what you're up against, okay? So what you need to think about is that we are all good. We've become really good scanners. And what does that mean? Well, we have all programmed ourselves to delete noise. Noise, what do I mean by noise? It's anything that is not urgently important right now. And I mean by urgent, not like necessarily life or death, but by urgent, like right now, my kid's calling. Right now, the mechanic's on the phone. Right now, I need to do this, I need to do that. Right now, my check bounced, or I didn't get paid at the job, or I had a fight at the job, or something's burning on the stove, what have you. It can be anything that is urgently important at the moment that you happen to be calling. And we have all done this, and we scan out noise, what we call noise. And so what is important to me? Each of us has a scanner, and it scans for anything that is not important, called noise, and gets rid of that first. That's what we do. We turn it off. We turn a deaf ear. We glaze over. And the key thing to know is that we all have one of these scanners working. And many people have a very big, giant, big one, and it's not scanning out for anything other than what's important to them at that moment, which is any time that you call, okay? So it's all based on the individual. So you have a scanner too. Trust me, if somebody calls you, you're going to let it go to voicemail if you're not ready to deal with it. That's what a scanner does. It says, okay, noise, I don't want it right now. Anyone who calls or reaches out to you, and you're going to be doing the same thing here, it takes up precious and limited time. And if a person feels like, I don't have this time right now to listen to the whole spiel, I don't even know if I want it, what's going to happen when you call? You are potentially just noise to them as well. In the same way that people are noise to us that we don't want to deal with, issues we don't want to deal with, things we don't want to look at. And the most important thing in the world is how not to be noise to somebody else when you haven't got a clue what's going on. And if you don't play your first 7 seconds on the phone, right, or the first conversation that you have with somebody, but we're talking about warm market right now, you will be noise to somebody else. And when you become noise to somebody else, guess what? Suddenly, oh, I have to hang up. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, I left something in the car. I'll talk to you later. I'll come right back. And you're cooked. Suddenly, you have become noise You know you've become noise and you didn't even have a chance to present anything, to the person who might be perfect for your business. And you're sure that they would be. So what I want to show you in this webinar on Saturday is how to be sure that you are never noise again to anybody that you call in the first 7 seconds of your conversation. All right? So just a little tantalizer there to let you know that that's what's going on. So if you're not getting responses from people or they're letting everything go to voicemail, it's because you're still noise or they don't know if you are or not. And when they do pick up, if you don't play your first 7 seconds right, which is really the first 7 words, you will be noise. And that means they're going to have to hang up and also sorry, yada, yada, yada. Or you're talking and they're completely just glazed over and you can sense it, but you don't know what to do about it. So I'm going to tell you how to fix that, all right? So that's the topic of Is Anyone Listening? Webinar that's coming up here on Saturday. And I'm sure you've all signed up, but in case you didn't, you can go right here directly to the event, neverbenoiseagain.com. And for those of you that are listening, NEVERBE, noise, NOISE, again, AGAIN.com, neverbenoiseagain.com. And that'll take you right to the webinar sign up page. All right? So I'll see you then. Thanks for listening. Bye.